Good evening, everybody. This is the UK League organised by Tazos, and I'm playing gladiatormouse, who is the highest seed and has selected USSR. This is the playoff period. Looks like gonna have to headline a Middle East scoring here. We'll open 4-4-2, and I hope that we can also drop Europe before it's dominated. So we'll wait for them to set up. Here we go. 4-4-1. Austria-Yugoslavia. Austria. Very good. And I go 4-4-2. Okay, 4-4-2, and we'll headline a Middle East scoring. Go. And we will drop that. Europe scoring and purge. Okay, Romanian abdication, Arab-Israeli war. Could be worse. Independent Reds and NORAD. Captured Nazi goes off. Special relationship. We get our 4 points. So it could be worse. And now if the coup in Italy fails, we might get another crack of a scorer. Or we might not. Let's see. The Italy coup is pretty much the only real option, so we're only going to get away with it if they're holding specifically Marshall Plan as their only 4-op. They may play into Afghanistan, but that seems less thrilling. Here it goes. Influence. Excellent. Okay, so we will accept that parlay and now hope they don't have de Gaulle. Otherwise, we are going to have a hard time in Europe. Although if they just play de Gaulle, we can get rear lines off on it, can't we? But now we have to hold NORAD against blockade, which is a shame. Which probably means spacing Arab-Israeli, which means we've only got 4 clean ops for the rest of the turn. So here we're hoping really that an Italy coup doesn't quite do the job. Oof. Clumsy dog. This is a test of fatigue for me and the dog, who has had a lengthy day entertaining someone who we won't let in Plague House. Okay, so influence just goes Asia. We will accept them to have Asia domination in exchange for us having Europe domination. If they've got Asia, good for them. But we've got two decent scorers off. They don't. Okay, so we'll counter coup. And they get the last. They may go for the +1 rear line here, of course, which would be probably better than the coup. So let's hope we can hold that off. Okay, so we get to coup first here. Ah, de Gaulle and D-Star. That's just balls. Yikes. I'm really glad we don't have 5-year plan. I'm really sad we don't have 5-year plan even. Okay. Well, now at least we know we can play NORAD now. But I think we have to coup. to protect Iran against realignment. So now we can press into Malaysia and Angola. Yeah, okay, so if we use NORAD and we go Malaysia, Angola, Colombia, then they have to put 2 in Venezuela. That works. And we definitely don't play Romanian abdication. Oh. Ooh. That's a mother of a coup. So we'll just press up a little more. Missed. So yeah, that's pretty much screwed the pooch in the Americas for a long while. So will they go US Japan, or will they de-style now? In a way, we hope for de-style now so we can try and take Thailand, as long as they don't put 2 in it. The question is whether we gamble on Arab-Israeli war 50-50 to overprotect Thailand. They go for it. So what are we expecting now? They could press Thailand, so Nigeria, Algeria. Okay. We will accept the risk of losing Israel to overprotect Thailand now. Ah, boo. So now we have to try and take South Korea and Japan. Whew. Which I guess means we don't want to duck and cover. Yes, this is a problematic situation for us, and it was probably greedy going Arab-Israel. But they're likely to dominate anyway. I don't know. Tricky, tricky. And the Korean War as well, brilliant. Have to hold duck and cover against blockade, which makes our headline what? Blimey, Olympic Games. Right you are. Okay, so Truman takes nothing, but we get our 2 VP, so, you know, small mercy. So we've got a fighting chance to take Korea here and put 2 in Japan. Oi, big coups, big coups. So our options are we put 4 in to overprotect it, knowing they have US Japan so they can just take Japan, And then it becomes a battleground race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then it becomes a, yeah, like I said, it's a battleground race at that point, which we may just about be able to stay ahead of. Let's overprotect Korea. And if they want to take the China card to take Japan safely, then we start the battleground race. But again, not knowing where blockade is really fiddly here. Ooh. This is going to be tough. Real tough. Korean War is only adjacent countries, isn't it? Yep, it's not like Arab-Israeli War. So we should be giving a 5 or a 6 to flip Korea. So we can't use Korean War. It's out of the question. Which asks the question if we should be using duck and cover and hoping not to get blockaded. But that's not good. There's a 50-50 chance they're holding it. Hooray! A splendid result. Although ironically now, of course, we give away US-Japan free. So perhaps we go 1, 2, defense against blockade, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because that renders US-Japan still not worth playing. If we pump it all into US-Japan, we effectively get in a free 4-op play. They will now, of course, smartly have read me for Asia scoring. So if they don't use US-Japan, they do well to flip Vietnam. To some extent, even with the China card. Oh boy. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah. So, that's troublesome. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, Korean War will flip it for us. So I think we have to go 1 in Malaysia. Ooh dear. 3 in Taiwan next. Oh great. Whew. That is a complete result for us. Because now we can use Cambridge 5 to coup and get our mill-ops. I would 100% have used East European unrest to flip Vietnam there or take Taiwan. Flipping Vietnam, I guess, assures domination. That seems a little bit of a punt to me. I think that was fortunate for me. Yeah, okay, so they may be setting up for the Iran realign here. But I think we have to give up the turn and get some mill-ops, and that's a nice result. So, they got Decol and Suez. Those are both bad for us. They also get into Pakistani war and Formosa resolution and containment. That was unfortunate for us. We got Formosa. Right, so Indo-Pak, Decol, containment, Suez. I think given that they had defectors last time, I think we can defect against something like Suez or De Gaulle to keep Europe safe. And then if they do realign Iran, then we'll, unless they got duck and cover specifically, then we get a coup off. We defect. Don't be Europe scoring, please. Suez. Good result. So now I expect a coup on Angola or Panama. But we may get a realign. Yeah, there's the coup. Ah, coup on Iran instead. Okay, great. So that's a big problem for us. Hmm. Let's go to Greece and overprotect Angola. This is going to be a seriously uphill turn. With Decol as well. Space Korean War, hold socialist governments against blockade, Vietnam at the end of the turn. Oh, if this turn's about surviving. Yeah. Stay ahead in South Africa. Make him use a 4-op. Okay, spreading around. That's not good. Not good at all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so we're going to space Korean War, which doesn't go well. Um, wow. What's Cosmos behaving? Yeah, clunk. So, what the hell is next? No. Oh man, are we gonna have to give NASA? That's just crazy. Alright. No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Vietnam revolts, let Vietnam flip, knowing that they can't jam Thailand to excess. They've only got Indo-Pakistani war and containment anyway. So let's do that and threaten realigning South Africa, which is not ideal. So they could use the China card to jam the hell out of Thailand. They could try and overtake South Africa. They give us containment. That's wise. So now we use NASA to break Syria. And that's turn. Oh boy. Well, we're going to need a lot of help here. I mean, that's a surprisingly large amount of help, all things considered. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty dang solid fourth turn hand. Camp David. Just when we need access. Asuri, Utu, VOA, CMC, CRG. So colonial rearguards to frig with Africa and Asia. Voice of America could deny Israel and Egypt briefly, and also remove access to Nigeria. 7123. We could Camp David then VOA, I guess. As long as they don't spread into Libya. Thinking of that. It's got to be CRG or VOA, right? The upshot of going CRG then VOA, or CRG, see what the coup is, then VOA. VOA removes Chile and Argentina, of course. But then doesn't remove... Could remove Algeria. I mean, VOA doesn't cover Junta, which is also a problem. Oh boy. Let's go colonial rearguards. Go Nigeria, Algeria, Laos. Yeah. Colonial rearguards. Against South African unrest. Well, at least we can put some stuff right. And now after a coup, perhaps in Nigeria, we have got the VOA AR1 gambit. Although we really need to get Middle East presence before things go totally tits up there. Influence. Okay. Which means we get the coup. Kitchen debates is alright for them. And then some. So, VOA. We can take them out of Egypt. What do we think here? We could go 2 Tunisia, 1 Cameroon. Levels up in Africa. So if they try and realign Angola, we could move into Libya. But then we lose our sneaky Camp David gambit. So maybe we just do the Camp David gambit. Yeah. Let's do that. And then if they want to realign Africa, they're giving up Libya. And if they don't take Libya, we can always take Saudi. If they do take Libya and Egypt, we can always take Saudi. So we'll get some amount of presence. And with the Indo-Pakistani War. I mean, that's fairly good. So we'll take Saudi. Assure ourselves presence. Now if they realign Angola, we can VOA. Flipping back Asia in the process, I guess. Too slow. That's me tilt. Clumsy. Let's cover Italy against Brush War. Always a turn late. Think of it. Don't execute it. Lessons learned. Going Colombia. So we'll drop Asia for 0. Oh boy. The Grand Slam. That'll teach me for being slow. So we'll remove all that from the Middle East. So, still counting for blockade. Not making that mistake again. And they may have had IND anyway. But if they don't blockade us, we'll space next turn. I mean, I want to use one small step for the event. I do not want to languish. So I'm not going to do stuff in the Middle East with it. Because the alternative is play one into Egypt, one into Libya or something. Headline peaking? Oh, good. Okay, space.gov. Yay, what a NASA. We got Missile Envy, Grain Sales, Brush War, How I Learned. Woo! That's a hand. And we can absolutely hold We Will Bury You against blockade. OAS is nice, it'll be a turn late. Duck and cover's in the deck, so Grain Sales it has to be. But with no headline peaking. We're in decent nick. The downside, of course, is how gigantic Zaire currently is. So we probably need to drop a 4-op card to to have a crack at Zaire. So, yeah, what's their likely headline? Flower Panel, Quagmire. Quagmire's reasonable. De Gaulle, OPEC, Liberation Theology, Lone Gunman. Choices. Here we go. Quag. Quag seems legit. We will at least get the coup. Yeah, because we can return that. Do we coup Panama to try and overprotect it? 2 out of 3 chance. We have to use something to break it, I guess. No, let's do that. Try and overprotect. Great. So they've got Central America scoring. So let's hope they don't have Liberation Theology. Or Hunter. So we get out with Willy Brandt, and then we try and brush Zaire before we get realigned out of Angola. Perhaps, while they try and cause trouble moving through Nicaragua or Panama to Costa Rica for realigns. They're jamming. Okay, that's fairly a lock for Middle East as well then. Please get out in 1. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so they've got Middle East scoring. We'll use OAS fairly boringly to break Cuba and take Mexico so we can press for dominant scoring there. Yeah, Middle East scoring's in pretty bad shape. Muslim Revolution makes it even worse. We'll see if they've got a 5-year plan as well. But we can't use missile envy unless we see duck and cover go. So here they want to take Cuba and move into one of Nicaragua or Haiti. Otherwise, I think we use salt even though we kind of like salt VOA. We're going to use salt to take Nicaragua, Haiti, and Mexico. and try and set up potential control / presence of the storm, or at the very least domination, knowing they hold it. Ooh, just drop it, nice. Okay, so now we brush on Zaire. Hooray! Now we can press for domination in Africa. Yep, as expected. Yeah, that's fine. Can't imagine they're holding Africa scoring this turn. 3 scoring cards. Europe and Southeast Asia still to come out. We probably still want to cover de Gaulle. Of course, yeah, I was getting greedy thinking about dominating Africa, but it basically gave coup targets. That was a rushed move by me. That's nice. That's less nice. Okay, so we'll event one small step here. Catch up. And if we don't get space raced, we could always event salt and take VOA. So now we want a space. Please hit. Yes. No harm, no foul. Missile MVing would have been a bad idea. Libthy 5-year plan. Nuclear subs. Arab Israeli war. AFP, not really scoring a ton. OPEC scoring a fair bit. Marshall Plan. Marshall Plan's not bad here. Defends against de Gaulle. Europe scoring hasn't been. Problem is that Angola's likely to get flipped with a decent coup. But we can't drop DEFCON anyway. So even nuclear subs isn't great. There's going to be some interplay of firepower. So I kind of like holding OPEC for blockade, eventing Marshall Plan. That seems likely. So So I mean, de Gaulle is a disaster if it drops because it flips Dom. So I think we use Marshall Plan just to prevent ourselves getting dominated somewhere else. Even if we hang up the Angola coup, we can always event nuclear subs to try and put right afterwards. So let's do that. It may again be the wrong move, but it could prove the right move unexpectedly. No, just take the China card back. So UK is fine as well. We're not going to have to squabble for country crown. So coup on Angola. We headline nuclear subs, and then it becomes an ops war. But we've got 9, 11-ish clean ops. Liberation theology is garbage, and we hold OPEC against blockade. So we can't space it. We do want to space faster. That's the irony. So free coup, no less. Miss. Yeah, that's a fairly big hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plays 3. I think Africa is dominated. So let's space OPEC and try and get to the 3VP spot first. No, we didn't even do that. So, if they have Africa scoring, they drop it now. They don't, or they're greedy. So we'll event nuclear subs, because we're now on for a coup war. Now they drop Africa scoring and make us look like a right idiot. So now we have to hold Warsaw Pact for the time being. Well, the hesitation implies they don't have Africa scoring right now, so that's a blessing in disguise. Yeah, okay. Small mercies. Okay, so big coup on Angola, please. And instead, they're going to have a lot of clean realign attempts. Ooh boy, this is going bad. Oh dear. Okay, so now we coup Angola again. And now if they play into Zaire, we coup Zaire. But they may try to realign Nigeria next. Okay. That's something. Cambridge 5. We're going to get rid of Purge. These are all going to come back in the reshuffle anyway, mind. It's just that we're not guaranteed to see them in turn 7. Keep John Paul. Keep puppet governments. Drop lads. So realign Nigeria probably better. Denies a coup. Influence instead. Okay. Fine. So he's a 3-op card. Oh boy. The gas has run out of us. Were those back to back? That was a 3. Yeah. 2 1s while doing Africa is okay, well that's something. We can now use Warsaw Pact. Even a 1'll do, folks. And now we get the 5. We'll finish with the coup of Algeria just to try and... Oh, crap, but that leaves us open to the Nigeria realigns. Although AR7 they'll probably coup anyway. NORAD goes to space, but they also miss, small mercy. So since they're going to coup, we'll coup as well. Come on, Algeria. So 5 or a 6. 6 would be lovely. Big money, no whammies, and stop. A 3. Well, that's better than it could be. "21 removed cards. What have I missed? Sadat went as well. That's fine, right? So we got Flower Power. We got ABM. They got Europe scoring. They also got De Gaulle. So I suppose we want to use ABM. Puppet governments. Hunters on their side as well, right? Arsenal, Shuttle. They got John Paul. We got Panama. That's not as handy as it could be, but still quite handy. Muslim Rev, De Gaulle. Right, so I think, if I've tracked the cards right, they've got John Paul, Europe scoring, Hunter, Africa scoring, UN intervention, Muslim Revolution, De Gaulle, Portuguese Empire crumbles. Portuguese Empire gives them a start, but I think we want ABM to react to whatever they do. Yeah, because if they De Gaulle and drop Europe scoring, we can react to that. If we raise the DEFCON, we can counter coup. They might Hunter, in which case we can coup Algeria, I guess. But with De Gaulle and Europe scoring, I guess they're likely to... Yeah, so let's just do ABM. This is going to be an uphill struggle, though, at this point. Whew. So yeah, I either expect De Gaulle drop Europe scoring for cheap, hoping to in AR1, which we can disappoint them on, or Hunter to drop DEFCON, or maybe Africa scoring, which again we can use DEFCON to disrupt. Great, okay. That doesn't do it. Nice just to get it. I think we just want to be ready for a counter coup, don't we? Yeah, fine. Shuttle diplomacy is relatively playable here, which is unusual. So if there are 8 cards, we know 7, assuming I've been counting right. Muslim Rev, De Gaulle, John Paul, Portuguese Empire, Junta, Africa scoring, and UN intervention. So there's only one unknown card. Okay, just squeezing out those scoring cards before they get any worse. So we'll drop Southeast Asia scoring. Will we? I mean, if we coup, we could coup Argentina and try and get in. Worst case scenario on counter coup is we use puppet governments. Yeah. Ooh. So now they kind of have to use Muslim Revolution on the China card to get back in there. A whiffed coup here might give us... I was going to say a whiffed coup here might give us a sniff. Not with Hunter, of course. That was silly of me. Okay, so here we give them the choice of playing into Argentina or getting their asses realigned. I expect they'd take Argentina anyway, because they can only coup one or the other unless they have Che as their last card. Okay, we'll take that parlay. Start with start with Cuba. Ha! Oh boy. Excellent. Oh well. Using Arsenal was a little crap there, but that is life. Yeah, getting ready for... So now I guess we drop Southeast Asia scoring. Yasuri to space, do they bink? They don't. That's good news. And Yasuri was the last one. Ooh, messed up the discards. Where are we at? 8 discards, 24 removed. Yeah, so the discards are... Sorry about this. Africa, Europe. Ask not Yasuri. De Gaulle, Portuguese. Junta. And ABM. Right. So they've got Muslim Rev, John Paul, and UN intervention. So I think we event shuttle diplomacy R7, right? So I think we coup Colombia. And then we can always event Panama if we want. But we think we AR7 want to event shuttle diplomacy to make Asia a problem and Middle East less of a problem. Yeah, fine counter coup. Ah, protective counter coup. So we'll use Panama Canal at this point to take Mexico. And AR7 will event shuttle diplomacy. Event? Yeah, okay. So I still think we event shuttle diplomacy for Asia's benefit and try and get into... Oh, now I wish I'd held Arse not, eh? Salt Arse not to ditch South America scoring? That seems fairly sensible. So, Adelaide War. AWACS. One small step. Ooh. Almost. Lads, Brezhnev. South America scoring. Special relationship. and salt. With the late war cards in the deck, we might want to ask not a lot. And being able to ditch South America might get us through to later in the war. So I think we do salt ask not here, yep. Ooh. That's not a shabby headline. Although, of course, with DEFCON being 5, we'll get a chance to do some cooing and counter-cooing. Do we want to ditch our personal 2-op cards, like Solidarity and Special Relationship? Probably not Solidarity, because obviously Europe Control would be a gateway back into winning if we're going to lose on VP. And obviously right now it's a little dicey. We're currently even in Asia with shuttle diplomacy, slightly ahead in Africa, slightly ahead in Central America, slightly ahead in Europe, way behind in South America and the Middle East. So I think we keep Solidarity and we ditch Special Relationship, Libfi, Lads, and South America scoring. Still think we're a decent amount behind here. Star Wars can't find find Hunter. So one small step's not bad here. But that ain't good. That's really not good. Wowee. Ooh boy. So I guess we've got to take the Thailand coup, hope for the best. Hope for the very best. Not good. Boom. Okay, so now do they coup it? That would be the sensible thing to do. Because if they play him, we can have another crack. Although we are running out of cards with which to crack it. Blockade's still in play as well. So good reason to hold Brezhnev. Oh, there goes Star Wars. Too little, too late. So, oh man, that's so gross. So gross. But we've got to have it, right? No other option. So we use Lads instead. Boom. Oh dear, 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 dear. So, it's Ask Not time. Although we can have one more coup, can't we? Hilarious. Alright. I think we probably just have to push for Europe control at this point. Keep one small step. Probably not. Star Wars is gone. And really only the next step is the important one for us. Middle East scoring. You beauty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so dodging war games and Europe control is now literally the only way we're going to get this. So Solidarity has to be AR7, which means Brezhnev AR6. Yep. Excellent. So, do we want to keep defectors for turn 9? Maybe we do in case we get Chernobyl. So, we're in a lot of trouble here. So Kalan, Duck, and Cover both fit the DEFCON bill. So, oh, it's DEFCON's 3. Why not, guys? Why the hell not? Either we get Cal, Bear Trap, or Duck and Cover. We get Purge, Nuclear Test Ban, or War Games. Or we will bury your Glasnost. And DEFCON's 3. May as well. Only 2 op cards. Interesting and useful to know. Yep. Wow, we got there. So now we can use Brezhnev to take Libya and drop Middle East scoring for presents. Oh, we'll put it in Saudi. AR6 Middle East scoring, AR7 Solidarity, hold up defectors, or Chernobyl, of course. But Europe scoring, fading war games is now our only way to win. Central America scoring drops for 0. That's also a shame at this point. Middle East scoring drops in their favour, and if they don't get a coup off, we're going to get some mill-ops at least. Okay. Yep. Alright, okay. We know what we need to do. 4 op card in Poland with Chernobyl, and tear down this wall, and the game might be ours. Come on. Tear down this wall, Chernobyl, now. Go, go, go. Ah, no. None of those. None of those. Not only none of those, but also a major problem with Asia scoring. So, grain sales is once again the headline, even with defectors. Ooh, man. Well. At the moment, Glasnost is, of course, a 2VP ABM. But no, here we're ooh, seriously in trouble. I think only pulling Chernobyl, right? If we pull Chernobyl, we can stop Europe and go for control. Even tear down this wall's no good because they get a chance to react. So pretty much, I mean, war games also fine if we can get a coup off. But Europe controls are only out here. Ooh. Yeah. So they're going to get their pick of the Defcons. But that won't stop us cooing. And cooing in Brazil. And they can now raise Defcon back to 3 and counter coup. Or keep it at 2 and plug Poland. But if they don't plug Poland, you bet your ass we're taking it. Warsaw Pact's gone, right? Ooh, no, it's back in the deck. Well, that's also a problem. Oh no, wait, Warsaw Pact's removed. Okay. Sod this for a lark. We are taking Poland. And we are absolutely still praying for the tear down this wall gambit. But we will do a Glasnost ABM. Bless you. And an Allende cover of Algeria. Okay. Right, so now it's an independent Reds taking of Algeria. Not Tunisia, sunshine. That's just a little bit too far to the side. So Iran Contra drops. Independent Reds drops. NATO's dropped. What have I failed to discard? Is arms race gone or has that been shuffled back in? Oh, Latin American Dead Crisis went at the end of the term. Ah, the Reformer for the event. That's balls. So now we hold it against blockade. That's something, I guess. Although we're going to have to give Asia scoring and Indo-Pakistani. Well, that's a good point. Oh man, now they can discard a held card, just for good measure. So now we hold Glasnost against blockade, which means we have to event Indo-Pakistani war, so we might as well do it before Asia scoring. So, big 1 in 6 on India. And it's a 1, which is nothing more than karma deserved. Getting moided. That's fine and dandy. We're giving it a go. Huh? Right, missed that. Yuri and Samantha. 2 into East Germany. Overprotect. Very wise. It's the only way you're losing the game at this point, so you may as well shore up. I will hand you Asia scoring on a platter, and then you're over the War Games threshold as well. So, just put 1,000,000,000 points into East Germany. Oh, Marine Barracks bombing. Lovely. I mean, that doesn't matter at this point. So, what do we think? Not lone gunman, definitely not. 1 in Austria, so we can +1 realign East Germany. Eventually. Duck and cover. Soviet shoot down Cal. That'd be gold. No. It was UN intervention all along, because I've been tracking. Glasnost goes to space. Oh, we get a VP. So, turn 10, we did not get tear down this wall. All hope is lost. But I guess we start by defecting whatever their headline is. What's the headline likely to be? Che, Iranian hostage crisis for the terrorism, Suez Aldrich. I guess we've got to defect, right? Whatever it is, we have to defect. And then if they drop DEFCON for war games, we can raise it with nuclear test ban. Terrorism. Okay, well, that's a bonus. But yeah, the jig is up here. There's no way we're coming back from this. Asia's behind, Middle East is behind, South America's behind. Yeah, your beauty. What do we think? Yeah, I'm prepared to just give up at this point if they have war games. Well, that's the card we needed. And they got it. So, Let's convert as many countries as possible to domination. We may get arms race off here, but it really doesn't matter at this point. I think we realised quite a while ago that Europe control was our only way into this game. If they've got Aldrich as well, we've now lost. So I feel they would have played it sooner. Aldrich before terrorism in the headline. Mm-mm. Iraq's now 1 in 6. And we're giving up a 6 VP OPEC. Iraq's a 1 in 6 and gives up 2 VPs. Your beauty. Well, I think we knew what we needed and we didn't get it. Holy smoke! All that rear guarding. Okay, they're not going to get missile envy. Should be able to keep it below final scoring. 17. No, maybe not. Going for Israel. Boom. Okay, well that prevents flower power. So let's go for the big old 1 in 6 to deny control. Boo! Hey! Boo! Another one. All right. So 8, 21, 27, 28 with the China card, 34 versus 8, 14, 34 versus 16. Oh, it's going to final scoring, baby. Yes. Oh, no, wait, because I have to use OPEC. Oh, well. Hilarious. Not going to final scoring. Presence. Does that get me there? Probably not. I think I'm out by 0.19 VP, maybe? No, just over the top. Or... Well, good stuff. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome because I'm sure I made some missteps, and I will see you probably sometime in the next week or two because we're getting some games going on. So yeah, it's start of Rutsal season as well as Itzel in the beginning of September, and I'm now at the UK leagues at least because this was a playoff game, and I can focus on the 20 games I'm playing in Itzel and the 10 games I'm playing in Rutsal. So 30 games from me, pretty much through till April next year, right? Well, 40 games including the next Rutsal season too. So you get plenty from me in the next 7 or 8 months. You'll be sick of the sight of me. So thanks a lot. I will see you next time. Bye for now.